Have you ever felt completely invisible in a crowded room? Like you're just on the outside looking in? Well, today we're going to break down 5 really practical techniques that magnetic people use to just naturally draw others to them.
It's just a horrible feeling, isn't it? You walk into a party or a coffee shop or some networking event, and it feels like this invisible wall just goes up. You're there, but it feels like nobody can actually see you. And you might start thinking, the problem is me. I'm not interesting enough, or I'm not funny enough. But the truth is, it's probably not about who you are at all. It's about what you're doing.
And here's the kicker. The single most powerful technique, the one that makes all the others click into place, is something most of us get completely backward. We're actually going to save that game changer for the very end, because once you understand it, every other tip we talk about today is going to be like 10 times more powerful. So, let's dive in.
Okay, let's get right into it. First thing we got to understand is why we feel invisible in the first place. It's almost never because people have, judged you and decided you're not worth talking to. It's because you haven't given them any kind of signal that you're even open to being seen.
Just take a look at this. On the left, that's what's going on in your head. Oh, I'm just being shy, or I don't want to show off. But look at the right. That's how people are reading you. Don't talk to me, or I'm not available. This gap, this is the whole problem right here. Your actions are accidentally putting up a giant closed sign.
So how do we fix this? Well, it all comes down to your first 3 seconds. Seriously, that's it. That's all the time you get to make that first impression. People subconsciously decide if you're approachable the second you walk through the door. Your entrance is your opening line.
And it's actually a really simple 3-step process. First, walk in with your head level, not tilted up because that can look arrogant, and not down, which looks insecure. Second, just calmly scan the room. This signals that you're comfortable. And third, and this is the magic part, as you scan, make super brief eye contact with a few people. A tiny little nod or a quick, small smile is all it takes. You're not trying to start a big conversation. You're just planting a little seed of connection.
Okay, so you've made your entrance. Now what? Well, the conversation keeps going, but it's not with your words. It's with your body. Your posture is sending out these constant signals, whether you realize it or not.
Look at the difference here. It's night and day. On the left, you've got that closed-off vibe. Hands in pockets, shoulders hunched forward, staring down at your phone. It screams, stay away. But on the right, the posture is open. It's welcoming. Arms are relaxed at your sides, shoulders are back, your chest is open. It's a non-verbal way of saying, hey, I'm open to connection. And that makes it so much easier for someone to walk up to you.
All right, so let's say you're in a conversation now. There's this secret weapon that makes people feel an instant connection with you. And it's not about being interesting, it's about being interested. This completely flips the script.
You know how it is, right? Most of us spend conversations in our own heads, just rehearsing what we're going to say next. The trick is to just stop. Instead, get genuinely curious about the other person. Ask simple, open-ended questions, but then, and this is the most important part, truly listen to what they say. And then ask a follow-up question based on their answer. Something like, wow, what's the hardest part about that? It shows you're not just waiting for your turn to talk, you're actually in their world for a second.
And this is what happens when you do that. You get this kind of reaction. Finally, someone who actually gets it. When you make someone feel truly heard, you become unforgettable. It's just human nature. We're all drawn to people who make us feel seen.
Okay, this next idea, it might feel a little weird, a little counterintuitive. We tend to think we need to be constantly talking, constantly entertaining, to keep someone's attention. But truly magnetic people have mastered the total opposite. They are perfectly comfortable with silence. I mean, think about it. When you're nervously rushing to fill every single pause, you're giving off this vibe that you need their approval. It puts a lot of pressure on the interaction. But when you can just sit calmly in a moment of silence, whether you're alone or with someone, it just radiates this quiet confidence. It says, I don't need anything from you, but I'm happy to be here. That lack of neediness is incredibly attractive, and it makes other people feel relaxed enough to open up. All right, here we are. We've arrived at the final and honestly the most important piece of this entire puzzle. This is the mindset that makes all the other techniques actually work. It's the real foundation of social magnetism.
So many of us are stuck in this thing, let's call it the validation loop. We walk into a room hoping, praying that someone will notice us, talk to us, and basically validate our existence. We measure if it was a good night by how much attention we got. But that energy, that vibe of needing something from other people, they can feel it. And ironically, it pushes them away.
So here's the game-changing fix. You have to totally flip the script. Stop walking into a room with the goal of getting approval. Instead, walk in with the goal of just
enjoying yourself. Assume you belong there. Your objective isn't to get chosen, it's simply to be present. This shifts your entire energy from needy to self-contained, from seeking to just being.
And this is the beautiful paradox that ties it all together. The moment you stop chasing validation and just start focusing on being present and enjoying your own experience, you give off this quiet confidence that just naturally pulls people in. You stop chasing attention, and suddenly it starts finding you. So the next time you walk into a room, what's your intention going to be?